I'm currently in northern part of Spain, the Basque region. I've been to Madrid, Barcelona before, but the architecture, the traditions, and the culture are so different in this part of Spain. The restaurant I'm going to take you tonight is called Mugaritz. It's located in the Basque countryside. Open since 1998, Chef Andoni already gained his international reputation. His method is thought-provoking. Expect the unexpected, as he once said. Dessert might not be sweet, nor drinks or liquor. I definitely consider myself as an adventurous eater, so I'm very curious to see what he would bring to the table to earn this place a spot in Best 50 restaurant in the world. And let's check this out. The fascination starts strong from the first dish. Everyone started from the patio where they gave you a little book of dried and pressed plants. And then you use the so-called butter made from the herbs. Eat the dried plants that look like a sheet, crispy and full of aroma. Then they give you rosemary with petals. You don't necessarily eat the rosemary, but you brush it with balsamic sauce and you suck all the aroma and flavors in. This gave me a big surprise. I had a scare when I saw the face staring at me. It was candy sheet with caviar and nuts. We're told to lick the face. It creates so much dynamic in the whole experience, and it was delicious. The next two combos are served savory and sweet. The savory one is white tuna with marmitaco stew, which is a typical Basque stew made from tuna and bonito. And then we have sea urchin with molasses. The sea urchin was so fresh, slightly sweet, buttery, and the molasses enhances the sweetness. It was heaven. This dish has 3 cow elements. The tartare was made of flowers and wrapped in raw beef, perfectly seasoned, and the fat in wagyu was perfectly distributed and melt in my mouth. And then there is a twist to the bone marrow. It was actually a banana creme brulee, sweet, creamy, and utterly unexpected. It caught me off guard in the best way possible. The next 2 combo was fascinating too. It starts with shrimp Tomago. The raw shrimp was crunchy and super fresh. Sake handkerchief blew my mind. It was like a layer on top of milk, but it was layer of sake. Looks like a cloth, but it tastes a bit like rice skin. It's unbelievable. Seasonal fish cooked in 3 ways. First off, they oven cook the loin with coal, giving this incredible smoky flavor. Then crispy croutons from the fried fish, adding a satisfying crunch to the mix. In the end, you have creamy rich broth made from the fish and bones that ties everything together. Animal cake was another delight of the night. Ricotta cheese, coffee cream. Then we have dark tuna cured in honey and creamy cuttlefish. They led us the secret ingredients in animal cake. And finally, I guessed it right, it was pork blood sausage. And it felt just like the blood sausage I grew up eating. Then we have spiny lobster, the method they used before. The whole dish was 99% made from the same lobster. And the croutons were also fried lobster. It was so smart. I loved this dish. Then we have sobrasada, which is a typical dish from Spain, usually made from pork, but this one was fermented tomato and it was served with honey and bread. The tomato was dense, but at the same time it was so rich and soft, and the aroma was intense. You can literally smell it just by looking at it. Then we have wild boar with mushroom, a mixture of different type of mushrooms. This wild boar was cooked to perfection, super tender, sucked all the mushroom sauce. As they said, they were connected. Then we have the dish black and white. The black underneath was black shallot. It was cooked in the oven for over 3 days. Then on top, you have a type of sheep cheese. It was a bit smoky, and this flavor complemented so well with the sweetness from the shallots. This is one of my favorite dishes, also fascinating. It looks like a simple sheet that has been neatly folded, but it was made entirely of apple. Then it tastes like roasted chicken. You can taste the chicken skin and the savory meat flavor with every bite. Andoni's creativity and the ability to think outside of the box really amazed me. Next up, we'll have our seafood combo. The first one was oyster. The smoky flavor does not overpower the natural sweetness of the oyster. Instead, it really covers the unpleasant sea taste, creating a perfect balance of flavor. Then you have razor clams that almost treated like Japanese tempura. Amazing texture. I love Andoni's audacity. This dish is a statement. Carrots look like someone giving me a middle finger, and it was served with a light blue cheese sauce. Looks like a simple, boring dish, but the carrots were prepared using various cooking techniques, resulting in a burst of flavors and textures. And that blue cheese, an unexpected twist that adds a whole new dimension to that dish. I am seriously impressed by how bold and creative Andoni is. The meal kept me on the edge of my seat with all the surprises. I mean, who knew you could push the boundaries of fine dining like this?
That was definitely an adventure, even for me. Everything was unexpected. The flavors, the sensation, and I love how they really interact with us. For example, they would ask us to guess what the dishes were made of. And they also really played with the temperature. The cutleries were warm, for example, and then we have to tell them 2 dishes away if we have to go to a bathroom, so the kitchen will stop working. So they make sure the dishes were at the perfect temperature when it's served to us. If I have to rate for this restaurant, it would be a 10 out of a 10. I'm so glad I made this far to this restaurant. I would definitely come back again for another menu. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!